One of the most common injuries I see in my office is neck pain. And some of my clients will complain that the neck pain comes at the end of the day, especially if they work on their computers or they're on their phones or iPads during the day. Others will complain that their neck bothers them at night and keeps them awake and they can't sleep very well because of that neck pain. And then finally, the group that comes in will be the ones that are complaining after a long trip, or maybe they're working out too hard. Well, today we're going to talk about why your neck is hurting, what's causing it, and give you 3 things that you can do to stop that in just a few minutes every day. Hey, I want to give a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed recently. We've dropped down from 90% of people who have not subscribed watching our videos down to 88%. Doesn't sound like a lot if you're looking at the big numbers, but it's a change in the right direction. So go ahead, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe down below because it's totally free and you can stay up to date with the videos as they come out every week. And if you have any questions or you'd like to see me talk about something dealing with muscles in your body, please pass them along in the comments and I'll be happy to develop videos just for that. Welcome back to the Muscle Repair Shop. Like I said earlier, neck pain is one of the top requests I get for solutions to pain in everyone's body. And it comes from various things depending on what you do in your life. The most common one is coming from people who are on their computers, or maybe they're reading a book, they're looking at their phones or their iPads a lot. And by doing that, you're looking downward from the neck itself. Then the other way that this can happen is that people, a lot of times when they will walk looking downward instead of looking up as they walk. Now, part of that is based on how they walk, and that's a whole other video that we've got in our system here that you can look and find on how to walk correctly. If you're walking heel toe and you're pulling yourself forward with your legs as you walk, that's going to force you to have a little bit of head forward posture, which will leave you with neck pain. When you learn how to walk correctly by pushing off with the back foot and catching yourself with the front foot, you'll begin to walk a little straighter regardless of your age. Sometimes you'll get head pain, or neck pain I should say, when you sleep at night. Now what happens there is that if your pillow is too high, that's going to cause the front of the neck to actually shorten, just like in the other scenarios, and that's going to leave you with a neck pain on the back side of your head, usually right around the base of your skull there. And then finally, the last 2 things that I normally see is if someone has been driving a lot, people will tend to look forward or closer and closer to the speedometer as they're driving, or they may be working out a lot with upper body workout and they'll tighten their chest, and those things can cause that neck pain as well. So let's dive in a little bit and actually talk about what's going on. So if you watch most people when they're sitting at a desk or they're reading a book, their shoulders will slightly round. Now, in every scenario that I just mentioned, you'll also see the same thing. The shoulders will slightly round, the head is tilted forward, and when that happens, what's happening is that the muscles on the front side of the neck here are in a tightened position, but also the muscles on the outside of the chest are doing that. So when a person tries to stand up, it becomes difficult to pull the shoulders back and even more difficult to pull up their head like they're supposed to. So what happens is that on the back side of the neck here, you will start to develop pain, and it's shooting down between the shoulder blades. So keep in mind that you've got 2 muscles on the back side that run from the base of your skull to the inside top corner of each shoulder blade, and then you have 2 muscles here on the front side that'll help you in lifting your head up and down, but also rotating your head from side to side. Well, when the muscles on the front side get tight and then you try to pick your head back up, that means that the muscles on the back side are literally playing a tug of war with the muscles on the front side. On top of that, if the muscles on the outside of the chest are tighter, the shoulders start to round in a little bit. Now the muscles on the back side are playing a tug of war here and also out here to try to stand up. Well, as you can imagine, by the end of the day, these muscles are going to fatigue out and you're going to have all kinds of pain. And the pain may be a headache along the back side of your skull here. It might be a pain down in the shoulder blade, just above the shoulder blade on the inside corner. Or it can be down between the shoulder blades around the spine itself. Now, there are certain treatments that people will do for those The most common one is a back brace, and they'll wear this strapped in back brace that pulls their shoulders back to hold them up into this position all day long. Sounds like a great idea. But the problem is that you haven't changed the positioning of the muscles here, nor the positioning of the muscles here. So once you take the brace back off, your body will go back into what it normally does, and that is round the shoulders in, head starts to fall forward. So you can't really live in this back brace every day. The other common treatment I've seen is that, especially when it comes to therapy, is that people will try to get you to strengthen the muscles on the backside. Again, sounds like a great idea, but the problem is that if you can imagine, as you're trying to pull your shoulders back, someone has your hands and are pulling you forward. So the harder they pull you forward, the muscles on the backside have to work twice as hard. So even if you're working out in a gym and with weights and you're strengthening your back, the muscles on the front side being tight, those muscles will fatigue out over a period of time. It's like you can't hold yourself here for 8 hours at a time without your back muscles fatiguing out. And there's really no way of really training them to be able to do that for a longer period of time. So the simplest thing to do then is to look at the front side of the body, which is causing the pain on the back side of the body, and what can we do to solve that problem? Well, there's 3 things that you can do with that. Number 1 is, which is the simplest thing, and you can do this anywhere, anytime of day, is that when you're sitting in a chair or sitting in your car seat, if it happens to be parked, take your chin, let it rest right on the palm of your hands here. And I want you to take a few seconds in this position to literally feel the weight of your head into the palm of your hands, because your head weighs about 10 to 12 pounds. And so the reason that's important is that every inch your head leans forward, like when you're looking at a computer, reading a book, and so forth, the pressure on the backside increases at approximately 10 pounds per inch that your head is leaning forward. So if your head's leaning forward up to 2 inches, you might have 40 pounds of pressure back here. So back to this stretch here. Let your chin rest right on the palm of your hand. Now, when you do this, do not use the muscles on the back of your neck to lift your head like that. All right? I want your neck muscles to be totally relaxed. And when you're here with your hands, I want you to only use your arms, inhale in, and then slowly begin to breathe out as you lift your head up. And you want to lift your head up to where you just begin to first start to feel the tension as you're breathing out. Stop right there. Don't try to force this, because again, you're not going to pull your muscles and make them longer like taffy, and that's a massive mistake that everybody makes in stretching. But what you're doing is you're breathing out as you lift your head up and relaxing the body to allow the muscles on the front side of your neck to relax. Once you're there, hold it there for like 5 seconds, release it, and let your head come back down. I would do this probably 10 times in a row each time that you do it. If you're in your office, I would do that probably once an hour. But during your day, I mean, you can still do it once an hour, but if you did it 3-4 times a day, you'll be amazed at how much better your back of your neck will feel, especially coming down on your back, as you start to loosen the muscles up here. It's a very simple thing. So again, let's go over this all in one session here. Is we're gonna rest the chin right on the palm of your hand, feel the weight of your head, inhale through your nose, and as you lift only with your arms, don't use your neck muscles, breathe out as you lift up. When you feel the first sign of tension, stop. Keep your hands here, but stop. Continue to breathe out, hold it for 5 seconds, release it, let your head come back down. Then repeat that 10 times. And I'm gonna say this again because I know some of you will do this. I've seen it in my office 100 times. You just can't help yourself but to think, I'm gonna pull this, and I'm gonna, if this much feels great, well, if I really extend it, it's gonna be better. Trust me when I tell you, you'll probably injure yourself like most people do when they stretch. You wanna know why your doctors, when he hears you say, I'm stretching my neck or I'm stretching my shoulder, has a little bit of concern? That's why they have concern. We're doing little bits here to get the brain to understand how to release those muscles. Then you can go into a doorway, place the hand behind your head, elbow against the doorway. Now we're not going to rotate the neck. We're not going to rotate the waist. We're going to rotate from our feet. And as you rotate from your feet, what will happen is the whole body will rotate, but you're going to stretch out the outside chest muscle here. And again, just like with the neck, we're not forcing anything. I just want to be clear about that. As you are turning your body, you're going to inhale, breathe out as you're turning your body. When you feel that first sign of tension, stop. As you're breathing out, hold it for 5 seconds, release it and come back to the starting position and repeat it 10 times. And I know you're impatient, you want this stuff done right now. That is not going to happen that fast. And the more you try to force this to happen, you're actually going to make it worse. Now, here's some don'ts on this one. With the arm in the doorway like that, don't lean forward thinking, well, if I stretch a little bit and I really push it forward, I'm going to make it better. Don't do that. You're going to get pain on the back of your shoulder. And don't try to twist your neck around and again, you're going to get a cramp in your rib cage when you do that. Relax. Just relax and let the tension go. The whole reason you're tight is the tension in your muscles. Relax and breathe out. Again, hand behind the head, elbow in the door frame. Use your feet, rotate your body away from your elbow that's in the door, against the door frame. Breathe out as you turn your body. When you first start to feel the tension, stop, hold it for 5 seconds, release it, and then repeat 10 times. Third one, in the same doorway, you're going to take your arm, put up on the side of the door frame, slide your body within about 2 inches of the door frame, and in this case, I've got my left arm up, so I'm going to step through with my left foot. Inhale through the nose, take a small step through the doorway so that again you can feel the outside chest muscles starting to tighten as you go forward. Breathe out, hold at that first sign of tension for 5 seconds, release it, come back to the beginning, repeat it 10 times. Again, don't force this. Relax, breathe out, let it go. Those are the 3 things that I'm telling you, if you'll do those on a daily basis. In fact, if you work at a desk or you're reading books or you're knitting or you're driving a lot, whatever the case may be, and you're getting neck pain, I promise you, if you'll do these at least 2 or 3 times a day, you can solve that neck pain and start to feel better when you do that. So don't forget, down below, subscribe, it's free. Ring the bell so that you can get notified whenever I put out a new video, which usually is once a week. And as always, leave comments, ask me questions. Let me know how you're doing. I want to know about your progress as well as if you're having any questions or problems doing it, because I always love to hear how people are doing. And for now, see ya. I hope you enjoyed this last video. Be sure to click on the video here to my left and enjoy.